Alright, in this video we'll be talking about rolling dice and using actions. So this is a precursor to talking about macros, but it should get you familiar with how to use dice and how to roll dice in the Forge. So, the basic, easiest way to roll dice is to use the event log. Down at the bottom you'll have shortcuts to the most popular dice related to your game. These vary depending on the game template you're using. Or you'll have a dice pooler button where you can stack up dice you want to roll and either roll them publicly or roll them privately. It's up to you. There are many different types of dice in GM Forge, and you can pick and choose what you need. So, simply roll, and voila, you've made a roll. So, if you roll a single dice, the equation will be displayed on the left. If you need to see more information about the equation, you can simply mouse over it. You also might notice that the dice has turned to a highlighted color. This is because in certain game templates on GM Forge, you can actually interact with dice by simply clicking on them. Now, an important thing to know is that there are no targets here, meaning it will default to whatever my impersonated character is. So if I take damage, then it will damage my impersonated character. So if I pull up an NPC, I can use this dice roll by targeting the NPC or by dragging and dropping the dice directly onto the NPC. Here you'll notice the same options appear, and I can take damage and it'll apply the damage to the sheet. If I want to heal, I can simply target the NPC and go to heal. Voila. Pretty easy to do, and doesn't take a whole lot of work. Now, there are a lot more things you can do with dice in GM Forge. For instance, you can target multiple characters on a board by applying take damage, and you'll notice that their health bars adjust accordingly. You can also heal and do that to multiple characters as well. You'll also, if you want to use specific actions related to a character, you can simply click on the dice or on the piece on the board and you'll get the actions menu that appears down below. Here I have a choice between a stat test, which gives me a bunch of predefined options, or I'm free to enter my own. I have saving throw, which again has a bunch of predefined options, or I can switch to items and spells. In this case, I'll do a simple dexterity check, which adds my bonus and rolls a d20. Now I have a tested stat. It rolls for that player character. And if I mouse over the equation, I can see what the roll is broken down into. In addition from rolling directly from pieces, I can roll from a character sheet as well. In this case, you'll notice that the certain stat attributes in certain areas on the character sheet will highlight. This is because they're interactive and you can roll dice directly from the sheets. If you notice, if I wait, my cursor will actually show which macro is being referenced when you see the field. So in this case, dexterity bonus is being shown right here with the macro. I won't talk too much about macros right now, but I will in a future video, so stay tuned for that. Now, if I need to access the actions menu and I'm not using a board, let's say I'm playing narratively, I can go up here to the top right and click actions. This will create a new instance of the menu that I can interact with just like as if I was on the board. I have all the same options, all the same configurations, and I can even access items similarly as to the board. I can store this around the screen if I need it later, and ultimately it's just there in case I want to keep a couple actions menus lingering around the screen so I have them on hand quickly. That about covers what I wanted to touch on with this video. In a future video, perhaps the next one, I'll talk about macros and how to use them in addition to the actions menu so you can get the most automation out of GMForge. And with that, like, comment, subscribe, and go ahead and suggest a future video you would like to see down below. Thanks, guys.